music for Lagos.
102.3 Max FM.
Oh, you heard that. That was Olakira doing his thing. It wasn't us.
Yes.
He was the one giving the melody on the beat. It was
The
Olakira.
ad-libs.
Yeah.
The melodies and the ad-libs.
We just listened to Olakira by Olakira. That's his latest single, one of his latest singles. He released that alongside Kisses.
Yes, we're going to play Kisses in a while.
You said something off air
about
this song. Say it again.
Oh, okay. So, of course, I got to talk about. So, a lot of people, who are not Yoruba might not understand the meaning of Ileke, which means waist beat. And then, I was thinking about it, Olakira, that, you're trying to get away from the ladies. But then you can't seem to help it because you're also singing about, an adornment that adorns beautiful women. And you spoke about, the beauty of the African woman, Omotosho set. Omotosho, for instance, let me break that down as well for people like Sarah, who are from, Anambra. Like, Omotosho means say, girl, we're fine. We get all of the, you get, so,
everything.
Let's balance that though, like the fact that you're also still singing about the beautiful sexy ladies while you're trying to get away from the beautiful sexy ladies.
Most times when you get inspired or drop songs or write songs, just most times it's things around you that so I do appreciate African ladies, and beat, man, that's one of my biggest poem. Like, no worry. So I just had to drop something like that.
I feel. But then let's dig into the album as well. The fact that you've been thinking about this for quite a while, like I said a while ago before we went for that music break, means that you've had thoughts about the direction of the album. But before we dig into that, let's talk about the fact that you also dug into Amapiano on this record, one. Yes, let's talk about that.
Amapiano has taken over. For now, I don't know, but it has really come to stay for now. I think that was 2018. When I discovered Amapiano, it was 2018. And when I go back to it was in South Africa.
Okay.
I was hearing this. Was it 2018 or 2019? Okay. I was telling my manager that, guy, this particular sound the way depth, in the club, like everywhere, it was just. Why can't we invent this kind of style in Nigeria
as well?
But before I knew it, Nigeria now, when if they put down for something, bro.
They go over.
Before I shall get on,
no worry.
There's no time.
Sometimes I feel like it's just you have to be smart, smartness goes a long way. It's not about you who discover it, who got was thinking about it. It's who actually bring it out like
in the way that people really accepted it in a viral way. But also let's talk about the sonic direction of the album. What are you going to be talking about on that album?
No, the album is really like there's a lot of things, and it's like me expressing myself. I'm going ready? Back to. Nah, I'm still working on it. I'm traveling very soon to go mix and master the whole song.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not just about love women out here. There's a lot in that album. The hustle, the lifestyle, everything I experienced so far, even right from the onset, like But
what's the biggest lesson that you've learned in the past, there's those 2 years that you just step back? What's the biggest lesson that you say you've learned?
Yeah, don't lose God. Don't even lose God at all, because it's like a race. When you're stopping, once you stop like this, it's more competitive out there. Like music is live. Everybody wants to sing, and it's just you have to just keep. If you want to be relevant, you have to keep going no matter what.
Especially in an industry like ours, where it's should I say overly saturated, like there are so many artists. The last thing you want to do is slack, because if you slack, because you must have something to
let me do a shout out to Skills. Like it was one of the person that I look up to, like guy. He's a big artist, and bro, like he's ready. Like if you call me like this, Olakira, now what we do? I'll be like, come on, which kind of energy it is?
The ginger is crazy.
What's my excuse? Man.
Like you said right there, man. We do have to shout out to Skills, because there was so much expectation on him. We know where the expectation is coming from, by the way, but let's leave that conversation for another day. Okay. But then I love the fact that he stayed focused and is driving his own part in his own way. And like you said, like you have something that is unique. We heard it clearly when you came through with that hit record, or in my Maserati. We can hear the voice. You're a producer as well. Your production prowess is out of this world. I've heard production that you've done for other people, so I really feel like it's time, like you said right now, to go back to back and serve them the magic that is inside of you, man.
Thanks for that.
For real.
But then I'm more particular about the fact that you went through that struggle. You went through all that you went through. How did you find yourself again to making music? Like, you had to deal with your personal life, and then you make music that makes people feel good. You're one of those guys that would make a song and it's definitely for us to club and party to. So how were you able to find that peace in your heart again to making this kind of songs that would make us feel
I think that break helps. Like I wasn't even with my phone for like 2 weeks a day, but
I feel great. So
yeah, you get it. But the phone is very distracting.
Phone,
This phone is very distracting.
True.
There's some things you say that I was just like in my quiet time, you get it, like, and when I go back, and one thing again is when I go back, there's some people I have around me that I felt like they are friends. Like, I got to realize that there's no people. Some people are far away, looking like you're looking afar, might even believe in you, might even want to be
more than the people that are closer
more than people
to
that are
you.
closer to you. So I had to, like, check and balance. Like, okay, this one, oh yeah. So, and people around me right now, they're just 100. Like, things are really like, people that would be like, okay, yeah, after what's this up now, I'm gonna do something. You get so yeah.
Yeah, I feel
it's
you.
Really, yeah.
Sometimes you have friends that they're people that are close to you and they're doing things in their own way, but forget that they also have to pay attention to the people that they call friends and push them and ginger them. And then there are people that are far away, but they see the things that the people that are close to you don't see. So like you said, it was very.
I feel like people misinterpret friendship. Their thought is just. Me, I got to realize that loyalty is not. It has to do with loyalty, trust, and everything. But I feel like some people do that because of what you are. But when things are not right, you just see their real character.
For real,
I saw a post yesterday. The person was saying it's lonely at the top, no doubt, but nobody ever talks about how lonely it is when you're at the bottom.
All right, fire tune right there, man. Of course, another brand new tune, from Olakira Kisses, and this right there is such a magical tune. I love this record, and this is one that I know, like a lot of people just gonna get addicted to for real, for a fact. And big ups to you, man.
I think it's a perfect blend between Afro pop and Amapiano.
Yeah,
like it found the right balance.
Balance right there, man. Everything you find within this song is so rich. We said, your vocal, delivery on it, your composition, your vibe, your flow, the rhythm, the beat itself, the elements that accompanies the beat on this one. I love this record, man. Like, oh my god, like, dope, man. And you produced this one.
Yeah, I wanted him to break it by himself. What if you said something off your say it again?
Yeah, I made this particular. I produced the beat myself. I'm a musical person. I play musical instruments, so I like to infuse. You can all those things were just like my voice. I was playing with vocals and I was just trying to, and it's a happy vibe too. It's just a funny thing. Like, kisses for you, make your that today. Na tsunami you shake come, like it's just fun thing, yeah.
But how long did it take it to make this song? Making the beats and then
just the deal, vocals. Funny, So I
just
feel
one
like
day.
One thing as an artist, I think you surround yourself with people that are like positive energy around you, but people that can like bring ideas. I was in the studio, I was making the beat. I started with the beat, and people were just vibing. I was like, wow. And before we knew it, like in 1 hour, we were done with this song.
Oh wow!
But what happened is, we just rough recorded it. Then I went back to just prepare. I went for proper recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, wow,
that's awesome.
Wow.
I really wish I had this music talent, making music. Because when I hear some songs, things I think about sometimes are how did they make it. Like, I try to picture what the studio setting. I've told you this before. I try to picture what the studio setting was like. But I really like the song,
man. But also talk about the fact that you create music so dopely and so beautifully. Once again, I gotta say big ups to you, man, because that's one thing that's never been in doubt. How much of a talented and amazing music creator you are. But then going into the album as well, like, would you also be looking to work with other producers in creating part of the album as well?
Yeah, but I would say to you, like, I produced 70% of that album. Because I might be even to the extent that I have a studio in my room already. So when I woke up at midnight, I feel like dropping something.
You just walk in it straight.
And the album is very versatile. Like, you would listen to some of the tracks and I'd be like, is this Olakira? There's one that is for the street, and I had to because I had to bring that version of me in it. So.
Man, okay, all right.
Dope song.
Is that version? How many versions are there to you?
I've got. It's just the mood. Like, when I feel like there's one. I want to meet Paragon. Them they also long. Like, it's just looking at people on the street trying to like survive, you know, like, so I'll put that in, I'll just go in the studio and just record something like that. Yeah, so it's just what I see around me. It's not just the fresh part, you know, the street part. Sometimes, let me tell you, one of my greatest motivation, I'll just tell my guy, let's drive to the street, like let's go to one jungle. I just want to see people get to see. It inspires me a lot because I remember when I was in Musha, I used to buy akara and fry akara, fry plantain. You get like all those things. Like you just see people around. You just remind you of the past. You know, you want to like Yeah,
I feel you. So Sarah said a while ago there's something we want to also talk about because we saw this on social media. We're gonna have to ask you about it. But before that, we're gonna ask you what's the
biggest disappointment a friend has given
you ever served you.
Like biggest see we owed you. Forget say we did
so he thought about it and said we owed you.
No, see when at this stage and you somebody like like snitch on you at your back, it's more like, bro, did you lose guard? You can't even say that because be like, as OT where you get for street, where you go take lose guard. But sometimes when you have a friend like you guys are like, we don't have time for games. I don't play games. I just trying to be real. But a friend play games was trying to snitch you at the back, but it took me a while to know that's what got me like, why guy now, why you go lose guard now?
So it wasn't even the fact that he snitched that got to you, was the fact that you knew that stuff like that can happen, and then you lost your guard a bit.
You don't know how it is. Like you talking to this same person, and he's the same person because of the problem, and you're still talking to him. Oh,
so the same person,
and it's because if it's a kid, like a young guy that's not younger guys like that, not like all this Gen Z, I understand. Like you don't have this OT, but you've been on the street, like you know what street is all about. Why would you have to say that?
Man, I feel you. That can be painful like crazy. I know, right?
I've never experienced that.
You do.
I genuinely don't.
It happened.
But then let's talk about this issue. We just have to tackle this. We have to touch on this, Sarah.
Yes.
I'll leave you to to talk about this one to have Olakira tell us what happened, like what this is about. If it's true or not. Like, cause I read it. I was like, okay, all right. But anyways.
So first off, let's start off with the fact that your sister.
Oh.
You earlier we were saying something about the kind of music you make, and you're like, oh no, I can't do gospel, it's not my calling, and all of that. But you have a sister whose calling is that. How's it been like navigating your kind of music and somebody that close to you being like at the forefront of the Christian faith?
Yeah. You don't forget, then they talk say pastor picking the bad pass. See, for my family, most of my siblings are pastors.
Is your daddy pastor?
No, my dad was a Muslim, but he died when I was a year old, so I don't know him. So we were raised by a single mother, like I said, and she's a CSC. I don't know if you know CSC. They don't use like this. They're serious.
Yeah. Prim and proper, no earrings. You don't wear trousers. And all those things.
SU, you get. So I grew up from that family, but forget now when I was like I just me, but she noticed that because I do. See, there was a time I actually had something with the Usher, and I was called out. And being disgraced, like,
was she the one who called you out?
We saw that story. We saw that story. It was all over social media and all that.
But I want to know if she was one who called you out.
Don't worry now. Let's keep that back.
What did she tell you after? After that saga,
bro. Deliverance. Pray. See, they cast them on from my body. Like they do deliverance for me. I went into fasting and prayer for days.
You did it.
See, that fasting and prayer is not the one you'll be eating by 3. It's 6 p.m. as in from 12 to 6 p.m. So
what did you guys do it in church? Like you and the Usher?
No, separately. Why you do like this? Something else go up. But we are just not really like. And she was like, I have this spirit in me that I'm going to deviate from gospel to secular music.
And she didn't want that. I'm pretty sure she probably wanted you to be a gospel artist.
But everybody has different calling. I have a friend that was doing gospel that was doing secular music. Now he's now a gospel, one of the biggest Nigerian gospel artists.
What's his name?
What's this guy's name? I'm trying to remember. I'm not really like Yes, it's my friend. Promise.
Okay.
Promise. Promise. I think there's a gospel name he's bearing now. I can't remember. He has one of.
So you feel that's his own calling when it comes to.
You don't know tomorrow. Just just go with the flow.
But
Like,
has she
keep this-
accepted? Has she accepted this side of you? Has she accepted the fact that you're not going to be doing gospel anytime
music.
soon?
We don't even talk. Like, we've not talked in a long while.
How long?
Wow.
Like 10 years or more than.
10
honestly,
years?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like I left to move on with life.
But why? Why is that?
Would you like at some point, love to sit there down and say, hey sis, like, you know what, I love God, but this is just, my own part. We used to, love that, because 10 years is a long time,
Yeah.
for you not to have spoken with your sister. Is this something you desire at some point? Say, let me sit down with you and be able to explain to you that because I do secular music don't mean that I don't love God.
Yeah, I would love to, but if life give that a chance, I will definitely.
If life gives it a chance, that's the most diplomatic answer I've ever heard.
No, but I feel like it's
because
also,
we give life. We're supposed to be the ones who give life the chance, right?
sometimes you want to give that a chance, but then the way life would orchestrate
You
as
get
well,
the bag.
it might not happen exactly at the time that you feel like it will happen. For
That's
real,
it.
So
So
I
let's
understand. I
listen
get
for the
that.
future.
I get that.
Anyways, time is not our friend. I wish we could continue this conversation, but yes, sadly we have to.
Yes, we
wrap
got to go
up
right now. But then, like, now that you're fully back, you're back 100%, and you're saying
Album's coming.
albums is coming, music back to back. What's that word out to all you fans out there, man?
Yeah, I just want to appreciate you guys for holding on, supporting me. Like, it's been amazing. Like, it's so real. You get, like, I won't lie to you, it's so real. Like, especially when you're not under this big platform and you're trying to get out there and you're out there, bro. It's a great thing. So I appreciate.
Right.
Thanks for showing me love. Keep streaming. I just dropped 2 songs. Go and stream it, share it. Love you guys.
Yes, that's what's up, right? That good music, you guys gotta go check out. And have you changed your social media? Like,
No, still at I am Olakira everywhere. Just type I am Olakira.
I am Olakira
Those-
everywhere.
yeah,
Okay, awesome. All right, bro. We gotta do this again real soon. When the album or the next single pop out, we gotta bring you back, because we got tons of stuff that we still wanted to ask you. But time, like I said, he's not a friend. This is what we get to cap it up for today.
Yes, and we're wrapping up the show as well. So we'll see you again tomorrow.
Absolutely,
at
we
10
love you
a.m.
guys. We out.
oh
Hit music for Lagos.
102.3 Max FM.